It's been 6 weeks since the Olympic ended. How is Sebastián Rivera Ruiz doing today?
Yeah, I'm just still trying to recover. Right, it's was a long 4 months getting ready, and I got some injuries during that tournament. So just trying to recover, but enjoying time with friends and family, and then food most of all.
You were at the parade yesterday. Was the parade everything that you expected?
Yeah, it was awesome. I expected it to be hot. It was definitely hot, right? And thank God they were supplying us with food and water and stuff, so we were hydrated and well fed. But yeah, it was a great time going around the streets. I've been down streets I've never been down before, and it was just cool to see all the people out there cheering for us. So
we were talking off the air, and something that I didn't know is that your whole family is a sports family.
yes.
Your dad played what? Your mom played what? Your sister played what? Talk to us a little bit
Yeah,
about
my
that.
dad was a D3 national champ for TCNJ, Trenton State, for wrestling. My mother played softball, and then my sister plays lacrosse, field hockey. So yeah, it's a big wrestling family, but a big sports family as well.
Let's move to Paris. Once you get to Paris and you had this opportunity, to be wearing that Puerto Rican uniform and be on that boat and doing all of that,
Yeah.
Was that everything that you expected? How was that experience?
Yeah, we had a great time. The rain kind of brought the party down a little bit, but we were the only people on there dancing, having a good time, and we had a lot of fun representing our country on the biggest stage in the world.
Was your phone exploding of people
Yes,
writing?
yeah, right. As soon as we passed through, I got pictures of myself screaming and everything, so it was really cool. Good moment for sure.
Sebastián, take us to the competition. Once you get to the competition and you are at that last fight that you had for the bronze medal. Take us to that moment. What was your mindset right before you went in?
Yeah, so I was feeling sorry for myself, right? I only had like 10 minutes in between matches. I wrestled the first one 10 minutes, and I was like, this is tough. My knee hurts, my elbow hurts. But then they started turning the place into like a club, and they were playing some good music, and I found my stride. And then it was just calm and ready to get this match over with and bring home a medal.
You're 26 years old. How you keep your focus on this stage? I always said that not everybody can be an Olympic. It takes somebody really special, not only to get a medal, but to be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing to do for any athlete. How do you keep your composure?
Yeah, I find peace in the things I do, and we suffer as wrestlers a lot, right? It's not an easy sport, so I understand that I don't get to live a normal 26-year-old life, but I'm okay with it, right? When you get these achievements and accolades, you find out that it's all right to live this life.
So once you get that bronze medal,
Yeah.
and you find out you are a medalist in the Olympics, what did you feel? What came to your head? What came to your mind?
I was just relief, I would say, right? I trained a long time for this, and to finally get that satisfaction, it means the world. It means that my training wasn't a waste, right? Like I said, all that sacrificing we do, it means that it wasn't a waste, and I did it for something, and I get to bring home a nice piece of medal here.
So you get your medal, you finish your competition. Who was the first person you talked to? Who was the first person you called on the phone after this?
I mean, right in the stadium, my parents were there, so I ran up to them. That was the first people, right? And then I had a pretty good contingency of people there with KB, Alex Linney, who's my training partner, my sister, my girlfriend. So we had a lot of good people there. So that's who I saw first. But then I think call-wise, it was probably Vinny Delafave, who was like my big brother growing up. So that was probably the first person.
Why are you so competitive? Where that comes from?
You have to see the people I'm around. I'm around Frankie Eggers, UFC world champ, Vinny Delafave, two-time New Jersey state champ. My dad's a national champ, so we're just competitive people. We always want to win. But you're around Frankie Edgar for a long period of time, you'll get competitive too.
Something very hard happens to you, and I don't want to change the feeling of the room, but
Yeah.
I was very impressed, and I was, a lot of people felt really sad because your grandpa passed away a few days right before the competition. And the first question that came to my mind was you close? Were you close to your grandpa? Was he a sports fan?
Yeah, so he would drive me to all competitions at like 5 in the morning because my dad didn't want to wake up, right? So he'd just meet us there for the wrestling part. My grandpa would take me to the weigh-in and get me my food and everything like that. So we were really close. This was something that we did together for a really long time. So
I'm guessing you thought of him right after you
yeah,
won.
for sure. That's why, honestly, I didn't really get to process his death because I was so locked in on the Olympics. So I think it all hit me at once right after I got that medal that, like, he passed and I won the medal. So, and I was just happy that he was watching above me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How was it being part of this delegation? It was not only Sebastián Rivera Ruiz, competing by himself. It was a group of people, a group of Puerto Ricans doing, at the top level. How was that experience of having all of these Puerto Ricans around you and being part of this Puerto Rican delegation?
Yeah, it was really cool. I got to. I don't think we get to see each other a lot because obviously our sports have different schedules and we're not all here at the same time. But to meet all these people and to see how competitive they are and how they want to win, and we have a lot in common, and we all have a love for the island. So it was awesome to get to know these guys and get to compete next to them.
Do you have any friends specifically from the delegation? Because usually you get really close to somebody. Did you got the time to get close to somebody?
I've known Darian, so
Okay.
but he's a wrestler. If you're saying non-wrestler.
No, anybody
Yeah,
that you
Darian.
said, well, I really got close to this one, because it always happens during the delegation.
Yeah, I
You
would say the one person I never knew before, and we talk a lot, is Gabby Scott. She's
an
nice.
amazing athlete.
Yeah, she's really nice, and that's probably one that's non-wrestling. But Darian, I've wrestled Darian in college, so we'd go way back, me and Darian, and so yeah, I've known Darian forever, and we're always roommates on all these trips.
So when Sebastián looked back at the year 2024, many amazing things happened to you. How will you summary everything that happens to you in 2024? If you were to put it in a sentence, how will that be?
Well, I just got this tattoo. I found.
You did?
Yeah, it says "Find peace in suffering." That's my 2024. Is I found peace in the suffering that I did, and I got everything that I could dream of.
That's deep.
Yeah, a little bit.
It seems very simple, but it is deep. How much credit will you give to your coaches during this process?
Yeah, Donnie and Jeff Buxton are great guys, and then Antigua, Arturo, and Obed, they do a great job on this side. So we have the American side, the Puerto Rican side, and we mesh it together really well. And yeah, I couldn't have a better supporting staff around me.
Would you done anything different during 2024, or you are happy to everything that happened?
I wouldn't have got hurt 7 days before if I could go back. But
It was
that's
7 days before?
I tore a ligament in my elbow partially 7 days before I wrestled.
How you got to
We
finish?
we have a great medical staff. They got me right in 7 days. I feel like I have a strong mind. I told myself I'm fine, and the medical staff was convincing me you're going to be fine, and that's all it takes. But it still hurts a month later. So obviously I wasn't fine, but they brainwashed me, and that's all that matters.
Wow, so you're still getting treatment for that elbow, right?
I don't get treatment, but it still hurts a lot.
Okay, so
I'm not a big treatment guy.
You're not? You let the
Time
body...
heals all.
Okay. So we were talking off air, and you were telling me that the next thing for you is that you're going to become a coach.
Yes.
But where are you going to be a coach?
Yeah, Columbia University in New York.
Imagínense en eso, lo tengo que decir en español porque esta es una de las universidades más importantes que hay en el mundo. I'm sorry, I've just said that this is huge, that this is really cool. So how do you feel about having this opportunity?
Yeah, I'm really excited because, like I said, Donnie and Jeff are both coaching there as well, and they were my coaches in Paris. So we're going to have a great time and get to teach kids wrestling and hopefully take Columbia wrestling to a new height. So.
And you were telling me that we have some good kids, good Puerto Rican kids that are, growing into the sport. So who knows? Probably we'll have some Puerto Ricans in Colombia.
Maybe. That would be awesome.
In the future.
There's actually one that's actually really interested. Jaden Perez, he wrestled in the U17 Worlds for Puerto Rico.
Okay.
He wants to come to Colombia. So there's the pipeline. There's the start.
Pues ya sabes, Jaden, están pendientes a ti allá en Columbia University. So we got to talk about Los Angeles 2028. What are your plans?
Yeah, I plan on competing probably once or twice a year for the next 3. If I find myself still wanting to compete more, then I'll compete 3-4 times a year. But the plan is 1 or 2 times. And then, yeah, if my body makes it, I'm going to compete in 2028.
Ya lo escucharon. Hay planes de estar ahí en Los Ángeles 2028. Sebastián nació, you were born in the States, in Jersey. But you come to Puerto Rico a lot since you were a little kid.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty cool. So if I were to ask you what Puerto Rico means to you, what would you tell me?
It just means family, because like I remember my earliest memories here is my grandfather and my grandmother, and just learning to love the island, staying in the ESJ Tower right in Isla Verde, going to the old San Juan Hotel, salsa dancing with my grandma. It's just like, that's just family. That's
Yeah.
the word that comes to mind with Puerto Rico.
And you were telling me that you wanted in the future probably get a
house
place
here.
in
That's
Puerto
the
Rico. So
plan.
ya saben, look.
That's the plan, for
You're
sure.
probably, that's amazing. But the last question, Sebastián, will be this. Let's say you have the 10-year-old Sebastián Rivera Ruiz right in front of you. 10, 12 years old. You have it right in front of you. What the 26-year-old will tell the 12-year-old?
Invest in Bitcoin and become rich. Nah, I'm kidding. I would just tell him, I did a lot. I feel like I did a lot right. I didn't make too many mistakes. I hate to say that about myself, but I'm not a big go-out drinker type of guy. I mean, I stayed in high school. I was really focused on things I had to do. I wanted to go to a smart academic institution. I made that happen, and I wanted to be really good at wrestling. I would just say stay on course, keep doing your thing. If I could, like I said, Bitcoin, get on that. Make us rich real quick.
And that's an advice to all of those kids that one day wants to be in the place that Sebastián is
Yeah,
right now.
just stay focused. There's plenty of life to party and drink and do all those other things. Stay focused on what's at hand. Do it on the front end, and you'll have a lot of fun on the back end.
Sebastián, it's really been a pleasure. So thank you for your time. I think you're amazing.
Thank you.
We'll be following your steps, and hopefully we'll see you back soon here in Puerto Rico. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.